Took the whole weekend to haul that up. The fireplace, four of us went up on a work party and we laid the hearth of the fireplace. It's quite a mammoth thing out of rock, which was collected down below by the tunnels, the railroad tunnels. They took a rock out of there and brought it up. And we managed to build that. And we mixed the concrete right in the main floor. We didn't have electricity, so we had to use a gas-fired cement mixer. We fired up the cement mixer and we poured all the concrete. Four of us on one weekend. It was Ash Fuller and myself and Bob Miller and one more. Anyway, we put that thing together in one weekend, and it all worked out pretty well. It didn't crack, and it stayed together. All in all, the cabin went pretty well, except we had about four sidewalk engineers who couldn't make up their mind which way to do things. But Dan Soley, who was a contractor and built several buildings downtown, he come up and he'd resolve the problem. He'd decided that we had to go do this way or that way or that way, and they listened to him and we got things accomplished. The outhouse was a building not too large, but half of it was for women, half for men, and a little area in between we had a 5-horse Wisconsin air-cooled engine that was off of an old ski tow that the club had. We converted, we had enough electricians in the outfit, and they converted it and made it into a power plant, so we had some juice just for lights, that's all, nothing else, just for lighting. And that worked out pretty well. And that held up through the whole time I was there. And of course I dropped out of the ski club probably 1950, 50-something, when we had family and had kids. We didn't get up there that much. I kind of dropped out and I lost contact with just what they were doing. And we had a lot of good friends, a lot of people that became good friends, and we all worked together pretty well and built that cabin. So that's probably about all I have to say.
All right, we're working on the history of the cabin. Excellent. Shall we?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Kind of looking at it, the cabin, we're going to kind of walk through what we have today, kind of talk about where we began and how we got to where we are now. The room we're at now with the fireplace was all hand built. All the wood was trucked in, hand milled, all put together. The wood in this room is all tongue and groove paneling that was actually put together down at the shipyards area and then trucked up, or down on the flatlands and then trucked up and then reassembled. But our roof shakes originally in the 40s when this was built was all hand milled shakes out of cedar, and that stood the test of time. The roof that we have now, we've gone to a metal roof using the technologies of today, but that metal roof was put on approximately 15 years ago, about 1995, around that era. So that cedar roof stood that long. There were times you could go up into the fourth floor, which is more storage now, and actually see the stars at night with little areas through the roof that you could see through, which was kind of fun, but it still did its purpose. When we also think about this room, this was the gathering room. So this was the room where everybody ate, and we have tables that were originally built by one of the members named Burl Joel Sr. And Burl Joel created these tables out of a particle board and then added the legs, the fold out legs, and we would line up all the tables end to end with 2 rows, and they would all be filled every night. And when we go back and look at pictures, some of the oddities or things you see then to what we have now is the fact that almost every person was smoking cigarettes during their dinners. And so this place was like a smoke filled, bar. And of course, they always enjoyed their dinners. The jukebox that we have here, we play records on. And if you looked at some of the numbers, we have some of the old numbers from Jenny's Waltz to North to Alaska on up to today with Elton John and some more, village people, Helen Reddy, Cyndi Lauper, Kenny Loggins. So all kinds of names over the span of time has been enjoyed. And we replace records about every 3-4 years. We kind of keep it up, and it's something everybody enjoys.